What is up, y'all? Retro Rick here, and welcome to the game room. Alright, so we're going to start over here. I call this the wall of nostalgia because it's just kind of crazy and random, but there is some organized chaos. It's kind of like what I like to say. So basically you have right here, we got the Space Jam section. I love Space Jam, one of my favorite movies from the 90s. Michael's secret stuff, the Space Jam Tiger Electronic. I know Matt behind the camera is jealous of that guy, huh? Yeah. And then that's all the Space Jam stuff. Moving down, one of my favorite movies of all time is E.T. And it's crazy. I never set out to start collecting like a whole E.T. collection, but then you start to get one piece and then another piece, and then I'm like, man, this would look really cool on the shelf. So a whole bunch of E.T. stuff. I definitely love PlayStation, but I'm more of a Nintendo guy. So all through here, we just have a couple PlayStation items. Tomba 1 and 2, I love that game so much. Both of those games on the PS2. Down here, PS2 games, a bunch of Simpsons stuff. Got not a crazy amount, but some decent Simpsons stuff. And then down here is just kind of a random shelf that I honestly never put together, but got a original Turtle Van and a couple other 90s toys. So moving over, you have the Nickelodeon shelf. I grew up on Nickelodeon, not Cartoon Network, not Fox Kids. Now I watched those, but Nickelodeon was more my speed. So you got Rocco, and then you have all the different blasters and stuff, the radios and stuff like that. And then this one is obviously a bunch of Genesis stuff. So Genesis was my first console that I grew up playing, and I love it. It's near and dear to my heart, and I have just a bunch of Genesis games, including Battletoads, and then over here I kind of have a little section for my Battletoad stuff. These are actually super hard to get. These are the Battletoad Bendies, and yeah, I finally saw these at Toy Federation a couple years ago and had to get these. These are like, I'm ashamed to tell you how much I paid for these, but I really wanted them. And then these next two sections are my favorite. They're my Talk Boy Home Alone collection sections. I didn't mean to rhyme that much, but that's what they are. So just a ton of Talk Boy items. People remember this guy, the original Talk Boy. Some might even remember the Talk Boy pen. Well, most people did not know that they made dozens of Talk Boy related items. Phones, a little radio thing with headphones, and this is my favorite toy line from the 90s. I even have a...
Oh no!
Matt's really sad. My Tiger handhelds. He's a big Tiger handheld guy. They just fell. This right here, the Talk Boy watch. Have you seen that, bro?
I have not.
I know.
Amazing.
So this is all my Talk Boy stuff. One of my favorite toy lines from the 90s. Got my Tiger handhelds of Home Alone 1 and 2. And then at the bottom is my TMNT. My TMNT little collection. Kind of humble. I do have a bunch of figures, but obviously they wouldn't all fit on there. Just some of my cooler TMNT things. I even have the Vanilla Ice Ninja Rap VHS single.
You like what you saw? Then give it up for Eternal!
So this is like older Nintendo stuff over here. So this was actually gifted to me. I cannot believe it. That thing is so rad. My only one. I don't have any Game & Watches. So I got that guy and got all this just kind of random stuff, older. Like you can tell it's older when Luigi's looking so derpy like that. That's a wild looking Luigi right there. And then
Kind of looks like Riff a little bit.
It does look a little like Riff. Riff's uglier though. Super Mario World play the watch that you can play.
Oh, that's amazing.
Oh man, I love that thing. This is a pencil box. Remember pencil boxes back in the day?
Oh yeah, dude.
In school, and it's like holographic a little bit.
Did you ever pencil fight when you were a kid?
Yeah.
So fun.
Dominant. I was just dominant.
Oh, I'll have to challenge you one day.
And then in here, I just got some GBA games and different stuff. This is the stack of NES box consoles. I just recently completed that set. Took me forever, but I did it. There's all these different variants. There's one of these action sets with just the gray gun. That one's over there. Then I have the other action set that has the gun in a different spot. It's a sickness. It's a sickness, man. I wanted them all. So I finally got them all. So before we move over to this section, Matt was like, dude, you're just going to pass up the GameCube kiosk? I forgot. So this is a McDonald's GameCube kiosk. Do you remember these things back in the day at McDonald's, bro?
I do not actually. I don't think I ever experienced one.
They had the big ones. They had were the N64. That was the first one that they did, or that they had in the stores. And then they moved towards the GameCube. You know, as the new console came out, and this would be like in the place.
Mm-hmm.
And there would be like 3 or 4 of them, and you would play GameCube at freaking. Wow, I'm really bad at Mario Kart, obviously. GameCube at freaking. Wow, I'm really bad at Mario Kart, obviously.
You're garbage.
Let me ask you this: you have a lot of Tiger handhelds.
Yep.
What is the reason for that? What's your love of Tiger handhelds? What makes them special to you?
Well, a couple things. First of all, I did not grow up with a ton of money, so I'm not trying to like make a sob story or anything like that. But I didn't even have a Game Boy for a long time. So that means, what did I get, Matt?
Tiger
Tiger
handhelds.
handhelds. How about that one, bro?
That's beautiful.
That one's a hard one to get. Look, your attack is a high five. You just high five on that one. So yeah, this is what I grew up on. You forced yourself back in the day to like the games you rented, the games that you got for Christmas, because it was like, that's what you got. That's what you got. You got to enjoy it. So, and I just love the artwork. It's just, there's something about it that you can look at these and it just hits those nostalgia strings and those nostalgia heartstrings for me. So. Alright, moving over to the Nintendo cabinets. Now, I don't know what your opinion is. When you see these, are these what you expected? Because I mean, if you see them in videos, are they like, yeah, that's about what I expected, or are they bigger, smaller?
Bigger and better.
Bigger and better. That's what Riff said. He's like, dude, these are massive.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're talking, I'm 5'9". This thing is, what is that? 7 foot?
Gotta be.
7, 8 feet?
Gotta be.
The Nintendo kiosk is approximate 6 foot tall, which would make Retro Rick 4'11".
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
So they're huge. I love them. This is how it was made. It's got the TV. Oh, you know, we all remember being a kid at whatever place. Breaking your neck.
Yes.
And I love them, man. I love them so much. So I got both of these for $100 each when a game store or entertainment store closed down. So I thought they would be a great addition to the game room. And so in this one out here, I have N64 and Super Nintendo, and then just a bunch of boxed consoles and stuff like that. I don't know, highlights for me in here. This Smash Bros. I don't know if you can find a better condition Smash Bros. If I can get it out. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Beautiful.
How good that thing looks. A friend of mine that I worked with one day came to work and was like, hey man, I got some stuff for you. Gave me this Star Fox Majora's Mask, and I was like, what are you doing? He's like, these are mine from my childhood, and I took really good care of my stuff, and I don't really care about it. I'm like, you giving it to me? He's like, yeah. Wow. So that was really cool to get those. So the 90s staples, the Yomega X-Brain. Remember this, Matt?
I do remember that.
This is the yo-yo that you would yo-yo. Is that the right terminology?
I think so.
And then you would let it sleep, and it'd pop up by itself.
Walk it, flick it, trick it.
Don't just yo like a pro.
Yomega!
The Omega Yo-Yo with the Brain, Raider, and Fireball, each sold separately at selected toy stores.
Yo!
But yeah, this is all N64. I completed the N64 set a couple years ago. The heavies are right here. These are the top 5 most expensive N64 games. Worms, Armageddon, Stunt Racer, which is crazy that it's so expensive. Bomberman Second Attack, Super Bowling, which is wild that it's so expensive, and then the big one, Sculptor's Cut. This is one that always surprises people. You know about this?
I do. I remember you talking about it in a video, I believe.
So it's like this right here. You would never expect it, but this is almost a $1,000 game because this was packed in with Super Nintendos. So there was never a reason to have a box, and then there was never a reason to buy the game because it's like everybody already had it. So they didn't make a ton of these in the box complete and stuff like that. So that's pretty sweet. I got a couple of my Game Boys down here. I'm kind of in the stage of collecting now where I've gotten a lot of the games that I liked as a kid, but I don't know what it is for me. I'm sure you probably, Matt, you could talk to it too. But there's just something about seeing it in the original packaging.
Oh yeah.
It's just like I remember. You're thinking about nostalgia at this point, and you're not just thinking, oh, I remember playing the games. Now you're like hitting the other sense, the sensory aspects of like, I remember being at the store. I remember looking at this. I remember looking at the back of the box or seeing the games. And now that's kind of where I'm at right now in collecting. This is actually for like candies, like jelly beans and stuff like that. It's pretty. It's pretty. You don't ever see it with the top usually, and then to have the little stopper is pretty rare to have that. Oh, dude, this is what I work out with. I work out every single morning.
Oh, you have one loose?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is the stuff again. Like if I see this at a convention, I don't know. It's weird. Are you like this too? I'm drawn to this.
I am.
I'm drawn to this stuff. It's like, what the freak is that? A Nintendo Sport Radio?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So moving over, we have the typical 8-cube shelf with all the different switchers. You got NES, Super Nintendo, N64, GameCube. I think I heard at one point you like GameCube.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. So there is all of the consoles that I typically play on the 8-cube shelf, which is only supposed to hold like 60 pounds. That weighs a lot more than 60 pounds. I'll just tell you that. But it's holding up. It has not fallen through the ground. So good there.
What's up with this Mario here? This giant Mario.
So this is a huge Mario that I've wanted for a long time. And he tends to be very expensive, like a couple $100. I finally got one at a decent price. I think I paid $70 for him because he's missing one of his feet, like the bottom. And moving over to the next cabinet, this one does not have a TV, obviously. Just has the big Nintendo. I have a couple more of these too. I have one that says video games, another marquee that says DS, I think, but I took them all. I got these from Hastings. And they were closing down, and I just started grabbing them. They're like, yeah, you can have those. We're going to throw them away. So, got another Nintendo cabinet, and then this is Nintendo NES games. I'm going for the complete NES set. I'm at just over 500. You actually helped me quite a bit on that.
I did.
I got 40 or 50 games from you whenever I bought out one of your collections at one point. So, here is the NES set. I don't know what, like, staples or anything. I mean, all the staples are in there, basically. I don't know if I have any like crazy stuff in there. I got Godzilla 2, which is somewhere in here. DuckTales 2 is pretty expensive, but I don't have any of the heavies. I don't have, the Panic Restaurants. I don't have the Little Samsons. I'm on the hunt for those. I will get them at some point. And then the rest of the Nintendo NES sets. You got Rob, the robot, control deck, and then so you start getting into all these variants where like this is the regular control deck, but it has Mario 2 packed in. So it was tough to get all those different variants. This is Mario quiz cards, and the funny thing about these is they have nothing to do with video games. Like it just is like Mount Everest in the Himalayas is the highest mountain in the world. What? Like it's just regular like geography questions. The $10 game collection. So it's a series I started a couple years ago where I would always start out my videos and I would say, guys, this collection that you see behind me, I've gotten completely for free by buying and flipping, the game, Matt. And people would be like, you're a liar. There's no way you ever did that. I'm like, well, what the freak? Yes, we are. I'm going to take a $10 bill and I'm going to show you purchase by purchase, receipt by receipt, and eBay sale by eBay sale. And we built a collection worth $20,000. So this is the new season. We've been doing it for 9 months now, and we went straight N64. We have over 100 N64 games, as you can see. Some of the mains, Pokemon Stadium, Golf, Mario Party. And we built this from $10. So if you ever kind of want to see the whole process of how to buy and flip, check out that series. But there it is. $10 game collection. I saw you looking at that.
Oh, I couldn't take my eyes off of it. Tell me about that, man.
Mario 3 Happy Meal display. And look, check this out. I even have a bunch of the boxes.
Beautiful.
So these boxes are brand new. They've never even been punched or used. Yeah, these are crazy. So got that at at SoCal in SoCal Gaming Expo. here on this wall, my new obsession, I was just telling Matt a little bit about it. I am so into retro vintage clothes. Was never into that until recently. This is a 1989 Batman shirt, original. And this is the big one. This is the Shaq Fu promotional game shirt. This one is crazy expensive, got a killer deal on it. I've already been offered 3 times what I paid. I've been offered just over $2,000 for this. And then right here, this is the promotional shirt from the Wizard, Fred Savage, the Wizard. And I got a bone to pick with the cameraman right now, Matt. He's never seen, guys, spam the comments and say, Matt, watch The Wizard with Fred Savage. Spam it. Put it in the comments because this guy has never seen The Wizard. How have you never seen The Wizard?
Dude, I don't know. That's a good question. But you know what, Rick? I'm going to fix that this week. I'm going to watch it.
Love that movie. So this is from the freaking movie, and I've never seen another one. So this is a really special piece to me. This was made and sent in from a subscriber. They made me a N64 lamp. And they're like, hey, you know, you can get different lampshades on Etsy. Was able to find this one, which is my favorite one that I was able to kind of find on there. I got me a little N64 lamp, which is so freaking cool. Some random, I plan on doing a video soon about crossover toys. And like, I love the toys that like, this is a Gremlins Furby. And then you have, right here, you have a Street Fighter G.I. Joe Blanca. Back behind it, you have Star Trek Barbies. Just those combo crossovers are so cool to me. So, got those. I'm watching the greatest channel on YouTube, RetroWolf 88. Got that playing in the background. So, and look, Retro Gaming Pandemic. I hate those guys. We have our 4-foot by 6-foot little weird entry space. I remember getting into this room being like, what the heck am I gonna do with this? Well, thankfully, we were able to utilize the space decently. First off, we have these little, like, these acrylic shelves. They're pretty deep. Like, you can actually, I like that for a couple different reasons. I have a Nintendo Power back here, a VHS, and little figures and things. So that was kind of my selling point on why I wanted to get these specifically, was I like to display things, have the things bigger in the back. You got the TMNT watch and all the figures in the front. So, older Nintendo stuff up here. You got the Nintendo trading cards, Captain N and the Game Master on VHS, and then just a bunch of random stuff, Zelda stuff all through here, and then my Back to the Future collection. So you can utilize space. That's kind of like the biggest thing I'd want to say within kind of having small spaces is, man, you can actually utilize a weird little wall like this. And then moving over to here, we have the Atlantic Media Shelf is what I think it's called. So this is kind of the opposite. I wanted something deep here. I wanted something shallow over here because I wanted to be able to walk in and it, like, not be the shelf out to here and then like I can't even see what's going on in there. So this is a very, very thin shelf, but it's got this extra piece where you can actually put VHS games and different things like that. So this is just honestly kind of random at this point. These are all my box N64 games. Don't really have any intentions of going for a complete set with N64 games, or complete ones, but I don't know. Maybe I will at some point. I have like over 140 or something like that, so I'm about halfway. And then just all the random like little handhelds. A lot of people don't know about these. So this is the first one. This is the MGA. So this was like Tiger Handheld's competitor. Was it Micro Games of America? So they made all kinds of these. I have an Ace Ventura one, the Mask one, and then this is another one people don't talk about too much, the Game Wizard, and they actually took little cartridges. So you throw that in, and you have different levels, and it's terrible. It's not good, but they're freaking cool.
And the cool thing is the screen is actually built into the cartridges.
Yes, it is.
Which is very unique.
Yeah, it's cool.
Tell me about these Earthworm Jim VHS tapes, man. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, so I got these at a flea market, and the VHS that I collect nowadays are either gaming related, like I got a bunch of Sonic ones too, or they're like the weirder cartoons back of the day. I guess not all weirder ones. I like DuckTales and all those, but I like them to be super cartoony. I think they look great on shelves and just the colors pop. And I loved watching them. I love watching them, honestly, whenever I'm editing or cleaning games or doing whatever. So Yeah, those are Earthworm Jim ones, and got the little figure and a beautiful boxed Genesis Earthworm Jim. This is the cardboard one. You know about it, bro.
Oh,
you don't
yeah.
see cardboard ones very often because they are destroyed typically. But then probably the highlight on this shelf is my holy grail, Tiger handheld. I don't think I've even shared this on anything yet, Matt. Wayne's World, Party Time, excellent. This one is super hard to get. I think I've seen this on eBay maybe one other time, and then I have like a save search. I've been wanting this one forever, and one finally popped up. It was in Europe someplace, and I had to pay up for that guy, but finally got Wayne's World on Tiger.
So something that caught my eye,
Okay.
that Contra handheld.
Yeah, that got riffed too. When he was doing this, he was like, I have never seen that. I've only seen the
Turtles one.
Turtles
Yeah.
one, TMNT. So this one is, yeah, I mean, it's, you know.
Love it.
Oh, my ears. It's so bad.
All right, folks. It is time for me to be reunited with the GameCube collection.
Any ideas, bro?
Rick, bro,
How you feeling?
dude, this is wild, man. Just to be reunited with the GameCube collection. So, folks, for those of you who are maybe not aware, for the few of you that missed it, back in January, I sold Rick my entire complete Black Label North American GameCube set so that I could start a business.
The one that you built. You built this whole
Yes, I built this whole set over the course of about 3 years.
thing. Wow.
And sold it to Rick, and here it is being reunited with it. Now, here's the crazy thing, Rick. You know, I started, when I sold you this collection, I told you that I fully intended to build it back up.
Yeah,
And I got my first stack of games from you that same day.
I remember.
And now, in less than a year, Rick, I have 306 complete and boxed
So
Black
you're-
Label games.
Past halfway?
Yes, and
That's incredible.
oh, it gets even better. I've spent less than 50% market value total.
It can be done, people.
It
It
can
can
be
be done. That is incredible. And what I love about this is that was kind of the reason why we were able to make an agreement. Is you're like, I love that. I'm gonna be able to still see this. It's like,
Yes.
it's one of those situations where you sell something to a friend and it's like, oh man, I can still, you know, it's not gone forever. It's not at, you know, some weird store in Oregon or wherever. It's like you can still see it because Matt didn't live too far away. So yeah, here it is, man. It's still here. I have not sold a single thing. I think you asked about the sealed Twilight Princess.
Yeah.
Sealed Twilight
It is.
Princess.
Factory sealed, folks.
It's still there. Everything is.
Oh, you still
Everything's
and
still
you
here.
still got the combo pack. So technically, this is not part of the complete set. This is one of those combo pack variants.
Yep.
And this one, dude, this has probably gone up another couple $100.
Really?
I would say.
I haven't even looked. I haven't even looked. Wait. No, we're not done yet.
Oh, we're not done. What? Oh, yeah.
He's drooling over these. You can't skip them just because your feelings are hurt that you don't own them. Come on.
My feelings are hurt. I need these, man. I need these. I'm gonna find them one day. So he's got the walkie-talkie. So where did you find these, man? Let's
I got
look at
one
these.
at a convention, and then once I found one, you go down the rabbit hole.
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
whoa. There's a speaker thing. What the heck? So I started to dig. I started to dig a little bit more and found multiple ones, like different ones.
Yeah.
So here we are. I don't know if there's more than that, but that's. What's funny about this one is it's a cassette player.
Really?
It's not a CD player. And it's like, oh, look at this. Oh,
That's
that's
amazing.
wrong.
That is
They're
amazing.
Messing with kids.
Dude, that's amazing. One day I'm gonna get a hold of these, man.
Oh yeah, you'll find them. So yeah, that's it, man. That's the GameCube collection and the weird oddities in the game room. So,
It's beautiful, beautiful, amazing game room, Rick.
dude, thank you,
Dude.
thank you,
Thank you for allowing me to come over here and do a tour of your game room.
definitely.
Folks, check this man out on YouTube. For those of you watching
Please.
that have not seen Retro Rick's channel, you got what are you waiting? What are they waiting for?
I don't know. Maybe if they're hungry or something. But if you've eaten at this point during the day, check out the chicken.
Yes.
No, I appreciate you coming and hanging out. Man.
Yeah, man. Link to Retro Rick's channel in the description down below. I'll also leave a link to the video where I sold him the GameCube collection if you
check
want
it
to
out.
check that out as well. Rick, dude, thanks again, brother.
Dude, always.